Well, welcome to the Mental
Okay.
Margarita Show. We're here with Dr. Edward Vicente with Back to Balance Chiropractic. How are you?
All good. How about you?
Very well, thank you. Right there in Henderson, straightening out everybody and keeping
Yeah.
them in good health, keeping people pain-free and helping them recover from injuries and so much more. So we're so glad to have you on the show. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be
We're
here.
going to go back to the beginning and talk a little bit about your background. Now, you hail from Puerto Rico
Yes.
originally, and did many of your much of your studies there. But tell us a little bit about growing up. Puerto Rico is a beautiful place, and
Yes.
tell us a little bit about that.
So Puerto Rico is a very small island in the Caribbean. We speak over there Spanish. The food is amazing. It's very good. Growing up, I was very family oriented, right? Mom, dad, grandma, and my older sister, and pretty much a normal childhood, right? Like to play soccer, basketball, volleyball, and yeah, I was very into sports. So yeah, I was very athletic and also study a lot because my parents they used to teach in the university, in the college, and they were very pushing with the studying, like you need to study, you need to be your own boss, you need to have your career and nobody's gonna take that away from you. So yeah, they always make sure that my sister and myself we were uh studying and be people for the good of the society.
Here's Dr. Vicente as a little boy growing up in Puerto Rico. His mother and father were very supportive. They also made education an important ingredient in his upbringing that would later lead him to his success as a doctor.
So you studied at University of Puerto Rico. You studied biology. So what made you move to choose that, the science?
So right when you're in high school, you're like, I don't know what to do next. You're always in that anticipating what you want to do, right? My sister did a medical path. She's a medical doctor in Puerto Rico. So seeing that seeing her path, I was like, okay, let's do something related to health. And I started in biology with a pre-med of a minor on pre-medicine in the University of Interamerican, University of Bayamon. And from that program, it's a 4-year program. Um, right after graduation, I was also struggling, okay, what I'm gonna do next too. So yeah, it's always you kind of never know what you're gonna study until you're in that part of making the decision of what you're gonna do next. So yeah.
So what made you choose to specialize and then go on to school in chiropractic to study that as a specialty?
So with chiropractic, I was in between what I was gonna study. I was in between being an optometrist or medical doctor. And then I start, shadowing, getting more exposure of what really I wanted to do with the real life, right? And I started shadowing clinics, and one time I had this opportunity with a chiropractor back home in Puerto Rico, near my house, and he told me, yeah, let's let's have you to the clinic, see what I do and all this. And when I saw what he did, like helping people with his own hands, nothing with medications or nothing invasive like surgeries and stuff like that. He helped people with his hand, with therapies, more natural ways. So I was like, well, it's very interesting. And then everything started to align that way. There was school coming to the university too. from the United States, from Puerto Rico, to you know to study chiropractic, and I went to a showcase for Sherman College of Chiropractic in South Carolina, and I went to the showcase. I saw the university, I saw the campus, the classrooms, and I was like, "Wow, this is very cool," and it was no brainer. I was like, "Let's go in."
Like you said, helping people without medication and being able to use our hands, because we have energy in our bodies and our hands that we transfer to other people in healing arts. So
Yes,
that's
yes,
that's very important that you said that, and it's probably something too that you're born with, that this became your calling.
yes, and also, when I was looking for information about chiropractic, I know very minimal, right? When I was in school, it is where I started to, okay, this is what chiropractic is, the philosophy, the science, the art that combines everything to become chiropractic, and what the benefits are and what can help to the patients in the real life. That's where I started to learn in a more specialized knowledge in chiropractic school.
Here is Dr. Vicente while he was attending college, beginning with a major in biology at the Interamerican University of Puerto Rico, and later received his doctorate from the Sherman College of Chiropractic in South Carolina. Here are snapshots from those special moments, shared with fellow students, friends, and celebrating with family his academic achievements, rewarding his hard work and dedication towards reaching his professional goals as a chiropractic doctor.
What brought you to Las Vegas area, to the Las Vegas Valley? Because that's a big change. You went from a subtropical type of climate to the desert and I'm sure, and I don't know how much different it is. Is there a huge difference other than it being really dry? We don't get very much rain.
Yeah, so in Puerto Rico, it can be sunny, like in the morning it can be sunny, and then the rest of the day raining. So it is super changing the weather over there. In South Carolina, it's very cold. It's also humid as Puerto Rico. You see all the season stations in South Carolina, and then here in Nevada and Las Vegas, it's very dry, very hot. During winter it's cold, but it's still like dry. Um, I I really enjoy the three, right? The Puerto Rico and South Carolina and Las Vegas. Because in
Mhm.
South Carolina I was probably basically by myself, and I wanted to be together with family. So my mom was already here in Las Vegas, so the transition to move from South Carolina to Las Vegas was very easy, and I found jobs, work here, and the rest is history.
Desert. Well, we're so glad you made your way to Henderson and the Las Vegas area, so that because there's so many people that suffer with many different things. I noticed that on your website when I was looking at some of the services you provide, you deal with a lot of people that have had injuries from
Yes,
car accidents. When I moved to Las Vegas in 2004, I was amazed at how expensive the car insurance was because of the amount of accidents that people have.
yes.
And because the drivers are from everywhere, not everyone follows the rules, the way that they should. And then people are just they're just not they're not having good health and habits, and they're sitting for hours, and they're on their phones, and their necks are bent. I mean, what are you seeing the most of? People complaints when they come in with pain. What is it the mostly people are suffering with?
Las Vegas is a very interesting place because geographically in the map it's it's big, right? It's uh, a big state, but Las Vegas is small in traffic, right? It's small, and there's a lot of people here from other parts of the world, tourism, and there's a lot of traffic, and that's where the impacts happens, right? And with the symptoms, it depends, right, with which kind of injuries they have, because some accidents are pretty, like pretty bad. Some of them are minor, right, but still they present a lot of symptoms too, and depending on how the person is with their health. But usually what I normally see is people with headaches, dizziness, visual changes, a lot of nausea at the beginning because it's a very stressful anxiety situation. Also a lot of PTSD. They fear of driving, their fear of getting into the highway or being a passenger from a car. Yeah, it's a lot of symptoms. Neck pain, neck stiffness, a lot of shoulders because of the seatbelt or the airbags explodes, mid back, low back pain, a lot of traveling pain towards the arm or towards the legs. And it can varies, right, because of the mechanism of injuries and how was the accident and how impactful was the accident. But those are the common, and a lot of disc injuries too because of the uh, sudden impact. They probably never it came as a surprise whenever the accident happened. And the disc, I have a model here. So this is the two bones of the lumbar spine, right? And this red part is the disc. It's composed of layers, different layers. There's one outer layer and there's an inner layer. And inside is composed of a lot of liquid, water. So whenever impact happen, it can move and it can create these bulges, these protrusions, these herniations. Or if the disc breaks and the water start coming out, it calls these extrusions. And those are patients with having that. It can cause a lot of radicular symptoms. The nerve, this yellow part, is gonna get compressed, and it can cause a lot of pain. Surgery can be involved, depending on how damaged was the disc. So that is also a very common that happens after a traumatic event, as a motor vehicle collision or a motorcycle collision, slip and falls. That happens too.
We want people to try alternative and natural ways of healing first before surgery and other things because that can complicate something even further. Um,
Yeah.
my I have a cousin who's a chiropractor, and my mother would go to chiropractor because she had an unsuccessful back surgery. So for
Okay.
many years after her surgery, she needed the care of a chiropractor to help with the excess scar tissue and the damage that was still there. So, and that helped her stay pain free as long as until she progressed further in being ill. But it's so necessary to try other methods first. A lot of people, you're talking about accidents. We have a huge crisis with painkillers and addiction, and we want people to, be able to not be dependent on these
Yes.
medications. So, tell us one of your success stories. Someone that came in that started therapy and their life changed because they were able to get healing.
Well, there's so many, right? There's
I'm
so many,
sure.
but with the treatment, right? Whenever they happen on a traumatic event, you always try to start with conservative care, right? Start healing the muscles, start gaining more range of motion if you're doing like your daily activities. If you work overhead or you're sitting for long periods of time, you want to start doing those activities back again. And that's the main goal, right? In chiropractic is do the chiropractic adjustment, have everything aligned, do stretches, do other therapies to start decreasing the pain, the inflammation, and to start setting goals to, if there's any daily activity affected, you can do it back again if you were not able to do it. One example, there was one that marked me a lot. It was I think it was a 12 years old, a girl. She came in with her mom, and she was walking, but it wasn't with no motor vehicle collision. She was it was more a cash patient. It wasn't she didn't have any traumas or anything like that. But whenever she was developing, right at that age, your bones are developing, your muscles, and her mom told me she was walking with her tippy toes. She couldn't put her heels in the floor, and in like 3 therapies, we started adjusting the areas of the pelvis and the lower back and the knees, and everything starts aligning. And she started putting down her heels in the floor, and do her normal gait. And
Wow.
that was and that was me after graduation, maybe a couple of months after starting working, and I had that case, and I was like, okay, this work. so yeah, some people are skeptical with chiropractic, right? There's some chiropractors that are they do different techniques, right? But you find a chiropractor that answer your questions and do different types of therapies and help you with your problem, and that's a good chiropractor.
When people come to you, because we want people to know how to choose a good chiropractor. We want them to come see you. You are so busy. The audience, I want them to know this was hard to put Dr. Vicente on the schedule because he has patients all day long and into the
Oh
night
yeah.
sometimes. So you go the extra mile and you take those extra appointments, and that clearly shows how passionate you are about what you do. But what should people expect when they come to see you? Do you take X-rays? I'm sure you ask all of their history and all of that, type of thing. So what's the course of action? And you take insurance as well as cash patients?
Yes. So we're doing cash. We're doing cash patients, insurance patients. The most common insurance, commercial insurance here in Nevada. And we do motor vehicle collision injuries or slip and falls, motorcycles. The process is schedule your appointment, bring an ID, right? Because if you go to the dentist, you go to the medical doctor, you go to the chiropractor, we need to know that you are you, right? And you need to bring your ID as if you go to the hospital or medical clinic, you need to bring your ID, and you're gonna fill your personal information and then your medical information. And then we'll do an evaluation, see where the areas are affected and what causes those pain. If it's like your sedentary lifestyle, you're sitting for long periods of time, working a lot, sports injuries, or if it was from construction, you name it. We want to see how is your health, and then we'll do an evaluation on those areas. Or if you were in a car accident, slip and falls, I want to know all the details about that. And if you're going to other doctors, or if you had x-rays or not. I don't personally take x-rays. I refer them out if they had a recent trauma. After the first visit, if I know they have a trauma, I send them to x-rays and to the medical doctor to see if they are for they to also do an evaluation and see that they're good. and we'll do an evaluation of each region. If it's a shoulder, I do an evaluation completely of the shoulder, the neck, low back, you name it. And then from there, I see if there's any contraindications with the patients. I try to see everything is good. And I make a plan of action to see what therapies is good for the patient and what kind of adjustment is good for the patient. Right, there's so many videos in the internet about how chiropractors do the adjustments. I like to see how the patient is first, and we do the adjustments with either the hands or with instruments. Like, let me get one of the instruments here, or with the activator. This align the spine too, or with the impulse gun. So those instruments those instruments are for aligning the spine too. It does the same as if you do it with the hands, just with less force than if you do it with the hand. That's why whenever you do it, you do multiple times to start aligning the spine. The main goal is to have everything aligned, the patient have more range of motion, less pain, the muscle tension goes down, and they can regain those normal daily activities. And after the evaluation and the treatment, right, we set a treatment plan to see how many times they're gonna come for treatment, either weekly or monthly. And I also like to give a lot of home care therapies at home, so they stop coming to see me and they functionally work on their own, because there's movements that they cannot do, right? And maybe they only do it when they're in therapies, but I also like to tell them, do this movement every day so you can start gaining that activity again.
I have one last question for you, doctor. The name of this show is Mental Margarita. It
Okay.
means finding your passion, your escape, how you get away from it all. You clearly have a passion for what you do in health. But what do you do for fun or to get away if you have a little stressful day and you just want to relax? Is there something that you really like and enjoy? What's your mental margarita?
I like to spend quality time with my loved ones, with friends, family. Yeah, enjoy quality time with them, go to the movies, watch a series, play sports. Right now I'm super into pickleball. I like to play pickleball now. Trying to learn, right? I'm not the best, right? But I like to learn new things, read books. I like to read a lot of books. Listen to podcasts, listen to videos, educational videos. Documentaries are very fun too. Um, oh, and I also I also like to collect um, action figures and NBA basketball cards. So
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
I'm always looking on those things. Um, Michael Jordan cards, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, everything about San Antonio Spurs, the basketball team. I love it.
Is that your
Um,
team?
yes, I love them. Since I'm a little kid, I like them. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, the best. Shaquille O'Neal. I also like to hear a lot of podcasts from Shaquille O'Neal. He's very business driven.
Mhm.
After his years of being a basketball player, and very knowledgeable, and I like to see how people with business knowledge and marketing and all these new things. Right now that I have my own business, it's how they do their things, so I can implement to my reality now, so to my business. So yeah,
And that's
so yeah,
great. You know,
those things I like to do.
that's fun, and pickleball is fun, absolutely. My co-host and I enjoy pickleball as well. Less running than tennis, and but still a lot of moving around. So it's a great way to exercise. And
Yes. Then you move everything. You move the shoulders, you move your hips, you move your legs. It's very dynamic game. So I really like it. Tennis is more, you need to be more tactical, right? To hit the ball. I always hit the ball with tennis and it always home run. But with pickleball, I can control more the weight of the racket and the ball. And I like it. It's very cool.
That's great, and we've got to do lots of different things that we enjoy, and it sounds like you've got all your bases covered there.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So
Las Vegas, you have a lot of things to do here in Las Vegas. There's a lot of shows, concerts, you name it. There's a lot of places to eat. You never get bored here in Las Vegas, never.
no, that's an
Never.
absolute truth.
Or if you don't want to be, for some reason you don't want to be in the weekend in Las Vegas, go to Arizona, you can go to Utah or California. Everything is near. I love Las Vegas. It's amazing. It's an amazing place.
It is an amazing place, and we're glad that you're here in Las Vegas and Henderson, giving us the best chiropractic health that the Valley has to offer. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Enjoyed having you and sharing your story with us. It was very inspiring, and the audience has been getting to see some pictures of you along your way, and we really enjoyed having you with us today. Thank you.
Discover Pahrumph's best-kept secret at Secret Sisters Clothing Consignment Boutique, where we sell clothing, shoes, purses, jewelry, accessories, and more. Before you do any of your holiday shopping, don't forget to stop in for our epic bag sale, Friday, November 28th through Sunday, November 30th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. $5 and $20 bags. We provide the bags, and you fill them up. See you there. Secret Sisters is located at 1240 State Street in Pahrump, Nevada. For more information, call 775-727-4488. That's 775-727-4488.